Did you know that the cost of college has increased by more than 25% over the last decade? With skyrocketing tuition fees and burgeoning student debt, one has to wonder. Is a college degree still the golden ticket to a successful career it once was? Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a question that's on the minds of many high school students, parents, and even those considering going back to school. Is college still worth it? It's a question that stirs debate across kitchen tables, in policy debates, and certainly here on YouTube. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the evolution and current state of higher education. We'll start by looking back at how college became such a critical part of the American dream. It wasn't always the case that almost every high school graduate was expected to head straight to university. So, what changed? We'll explore the significant shifts that led to the boom in college attendance, thanks to government policies, societal expectations, and promises of unparalleled economic opportunity. But we'll also peel back the layers of this entrenched belief to examine the stark realities facing today's students. From the crushing weight of student loans to the often painful mismatch between earned degrees and available job opportunities, we'll look at whether the costs associated with college still align with the benefits. Moreover, the landscape of work is changing. With tech giants like Google and Apple no longer requiring degrees for many of their positions, and the rise of coding boot camps and professional certifications, the pathways to a successful career are more varied than ever. And let's not overlook the alternatives. We'll compare the traditional college route with these emerging pathways to see how they stack up in today's economy. Are there better ways to invest in your future, or does the traditional college experience still hold its value? So, whether you're a student weighing your options, a parent concerned about your child's future, or simply interested in the shifting sands of educational and economic policy, this video is for you. Stay tuned as we unpack these complexities and provide you with the information you need to make informed decisions about higher education. Historical context of college education. Let's step back in time to understand how college became the go-to for career preparation in the United States. Initially, higher education was a privilege reserved mostly for the elite. Only a small fraction of the population attended universities, which were seen as gateways to high-level careers in law, medicine, and the clergy. However, this changed dramatically during the 20th century, particularly after World War II. The GI Bill played a pivotal role in democratizing higher education. Passed in 1944, it provided tuition assistance and living stipends to millions of returning veterans. The impact was profound. In 1940, only about 5% of Americans held a college degree. By 1950, this number had started to climb, reaching 6.2% by 1960, and exploding to 26.7% by 2019. The GI Bill not only transformed the demographic makeup of college campuses, it also cemented the idea in American culture that higher education is a pathway to personal improvement and economic stability. As the demand for higher education grew, so did government involvement. The Higher Education Act of 1965 further expanded federal funding for colleges and provided financial aid to students. This act aimed to make college accessible to all, regardless of economic background. It led to a boom in college enrollment and fostered the belief that a college degree was a ticket to the American dream. However, this democratization came with a hefty price tag. Over the decades, the cost of college tuition has risen sharply. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, the average annual cost for undergraduate tuition, fees, room, and board at public institutions rose from $7,307 in 1980 to $19,488 in 2019. For private colleges, these costs soared from $15,160 to $43,139 over the same period. This increase in cost hasn't necessarily equated to a proportional increase in value. While a college degree once guaranteed a well-paying job and economic mobility, the modern landscape is different. Today, many graduates face saturated job markets and underemployment, challenging the notion that a college degree is as valuable as it once was. So, how did college go from being a rare privilege to a near universal expectation? And more importantly, is the return on investment today worth the high cost of entry? As we dig deeper, we'll explore how shifts in the job market and the rising costs of education are influencing current perspectives on the value of a college degree. This section sets the stage by providing a historical overview of how higher education in the United States evolved from an elite privilege to a widespread expectation, laying the groundwork for further discussion on its contemporary value and relevance. The script uses clear, concise language to make the content accessible and engaging for viewers. Modern higher education. As we delve into the world of modern higher education, it's important to recognize how profoundly it shapes not only individual lives but also the broader economic landscape. Today's universities are often seen as crucial engines of economic mobility. But are they living up to this ideal? In the past few decades, the push toward a college-educated workforce has intensified. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, the percentage of young adults who completed a bachelor's degree or higher increased from 25% in 1995 to 36% in 2019. This surge is often attributed to the growing demand for advanced skill sets in an increasingly knowledge-based economy. However, this demand has also led to significant changes in the structure and perception of higher education. Colleges are increasingly viewed as gatekeepers to high-paying careers. This has created a highly competitive admissions environment where the cost of tuition has soared. The College Board reports that the average annual tuition and fees at a private four-year college rose from about $15,160 in 1980 to over $36,880 in 2020. Even public institutions have seen tuition and fees rise from an average of $2,320 in 1980 to about $10,440 in 2020. Yet, despite these costs, not all graduates find the high-paying jobs they anticipate. A report from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York found that recent college graduates had an underemployment rate of around 41% in 2019, suggesting that nearly half were working in jobs that didn't require a college degree. This mismatch highlights a critical issue. While more students are obtaining degrees, the alignment between degrees and job market needs isn't always clear. Furthermore, the increasing focus on technical and vocational skills in the job market challenges the traditional broad-based education model. Employers are often looking for specific skill sets and practical experience, which traditional four-year programs might not always provide effectively. So, what does this all mean for students today? It means that while college can still be a powerful tool for career advancement, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Potential students should carefully consider their career goals and look at the return on investment of different colleges and degree programs. They should also consider alternative education paths, such as apprenticeships or certifications, which are increasingly recognized as valuable by employers. Cost-benefit analysis of a college education. In assessing whether college is worth the cost, we must dive deep into the numbers. Let's start with a striking statistic. On average, college graduates earn nearly $1 million more over their careers than those without a degree. This figure from the Social Security Administration highlights the potential long-term financial benefits of higher education. However, the story doesn't end there. Firstly, while the prospect of earning $1 million more is enticing, it's crucial to consider graduation rates. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, only about 60% of students who start college will graduate within 6 years. This significantly alters the calculation, as those who don't graduate may still face some of the costs without reaping the benefits. Now, let's talk about the financial burden of student loans. Recent data shows that the average interest rate for student loans has climbed above 8%. This higher rate transforms the financial landscape for borrowers. For instance, let's consider a student loan of $30,000 at an 8% interest rate. If we stretch the repayment over 20 years, more in line with the national average repayment period, the monthly payment comes to approximately $251. However, the total interest paid over these 20 years would be about $30,300, essentially doubling the initial loan amount. This prolonged debt repayment extends well into a graduate's professional life, impacting their financial decisions, from buying a house to retirement savings. The burden of this debt can constrain career choices, pushing graduates to prioritize immediate income over more fulfilling or potentially lucrative career paths long-term. Moreover, it's crucial to recognize that these extended repayment plans can have a compound effect on personal finances. Money that goes towards servicing debt is money not spent on wealth-building activities like investing in the stock market or real estate, where returns could potentially outpace the cost of the debt. Thus, the opportunity cost of student loan debt isn't just the interest paid but also the lost potential earnings from investments. Furthermore, consider if the funds used for college tuition were invested elsewhere. If parents or students invested the average cost of 4 years at a private college, approximately $180,000, into low-cost mutual funds with an average annual return of 7%, the investment would grow to over $1.4 million over 40 years. This scenario suggests that from a purely financial perspective, investing the equivalent of tuition fees could potentially yield a higher return than the wage premium granted by a college degree. Additionally, let's touch on the differences in fields of study. The ROI for STEM degrees generally trends higher compared to arts and humanities degrees. For instance, engineering graduates can expect significantly higher starting salaries than their peers in the liberal arts. This variance affects the overall cost-benefit analysis, as the payoff from college can greatly depend on one's field of study. In conclusion, while the statistical earning potential of $1 million more for college graduates is compelling, it does not take into account several important factors. The risk of not graduating, the burden of student loans, and the opportunity costs of alternative investments are critical to consider. Each potential student must evaluate these factors based on their unique circumstances, career goals, and financial situation. As we can see, the decision to pursue a college education is more complex than it might appear. It's not just about the potential earnings increase, it's also about weighing that against the debt load, lost opportunities for early investments, and the actual field of study. Deciding whether college is worth it is a deeply personal decision that should involve a thorough financial analysis. Alternatives to traditional college. As we've seen, the traditional college route carries significant financial implications and isn't necessarily the best fit for everyone. So, what are the alternatives? Today, a range of educational paths can lead to successful and fulfilling careers without the burden of heavy student debt. Trade schools and technical programs. First, let's consider trade schools and technical programs. These institutions offer specialized training in fields like electric work, plumbing, culinary arts, and automotive technology. Programs typically last 2 years or less, which means students can enter the workforce much faster than their peers in 4-year programs. According to the National Center for Educational Statistics, the average cost for a trade school program is about $33,000 in total, significantly less than a 4-year college degree. Graduates of trade programs often enter jobs with competitive starting salaries. For instance, electricians and plumbers earn an average starting salary of around $60,000 annually. As you gain experience and knowledge, your salary can increase to between $70,000 and $80,000. Certifications and online courses. Another option is professional certifications and online courses, which have surged in popularity. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and edX offer courses developed by industry leaders and top universities at a fraction of the cost of traditional college courses. Many of these courses are designed to build specific skills that are highly valued in the job market, such as data analysis, software development, and digital marketing. Completing these certifications can significantly boost employability and are often directly linked to job roles, ensuring that learners have practical and applicable skills. Apprenticeships. Apprenticeships combine on-the-job training with classroom instruction, allowing participants to earn while they learn. This hands-on approach not only mitigates the cost of education but also provides real-world experience that is highly attractive to employers. In fields like manufacturing, technology, and healthcare, apprentices can start earning a decent wage while learning, avoiding student debt entirely. For example, apprentices in the electrical industry can earn about 60% of a journeyperson's wage, which increases as they gain more skills. Self-directed learning. Lastly, self-directed learning through resources available on the internet can also be a viable alternative. Websites like Khan Academy, MIT OpenCourseWare, and others provide free access to high-quality educational content. For those who are self-motivated, building skills through these resources can be supplemented by practical experience through internships or volunteer work, creating a compelling alternative to the traditional college path. Conclusion. As we've explored today, the question of whether college is still worth it doesn't have a one-size-fits-all answer. It heavily depends on individual career goals, financial situations, and the potential return on investment. While a traditional 4-year college degree can open many doors and lead to increased earnings over a lifetime, it also comes with substantial costs and financial risks. Alternatives like trade schools, online courses, apprenticeships, and self-directed learning provide valuable pathways that can lead to successful careers without the burden of significant debt. As the landscape of education and employment continues to evolve, weighing these options carefully has never been more important. Thank you for joining me in this discussion. Whether you're a student planning your future, a parent guiding your child, or simply curious about education today, I hope this video has provided you with valuable insights to make informed decisions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What's your view on the value of college today? I'd love to hear from you.